Alright, so I don't normally buy pay dirt. I just rather find my own stuff, but there's a lot of people that do, and I decided to go ahead and buy a bag of pay dirt from Lost River Gold. You guys can look them up if you want. Pretty easy to find online. I was talking to Justin, he runs it, and he had received a negative review for some free pay dirt, which is basically you pay like $5, $3 shipping, whatever it ends up being, and most of the time you end up making, I don't know, $2 or $3 profit, I'm guessing, or you might even break even on your $3. Who knows? But it's just it's a taste, you know. But he got a negative review on that, which I thought was kind of silly, especially since he knew exactly how much gold was in there, and the guy that did the review actually made a little bit of a profit off of his $3 investment. So I told him I'd buy a bag, flat out, fair and square, and do a review, an honest review. Don't really believe on doing reviews on things that are free, so obviously I paid for it. Anyway, this is what you get for $17 domestic, shipping included. It should be 1 pound. And there's a card in here too. I'll get a close-up of that when we get done here. So let's go ahead and open it and see what it looks like. Okay, sorry, I had to go get a few things. Let's see if I can open this without ruining the packaging. I guess the smart thing to do would be to just take the tape off. Easier said than done, right? You did a pretty good job on this. I'm just trying not to tear the Ziploc. There we go. I don't want to spew sand everywhere. Alright. Sorry, I've got my camera in a kind of a funky spot here. It makes it a little bit difficult to do this. I gotta hunt down a tripod. Alright, good tape, Justin. That did the job for sure. Alright, so double bagged. And there you go. I don't know if you can see it too well, but it looks like it's been cut down. You know, no BS. Not a whole lot of just plain old dirt in there. Looks like it's got a lot of black sand in it. And it is definitely dry, which is great, because if you wanted to, I guess you could use a magnet right off the bat to get some of the black sand out. I am not going to be doing that though. Alright, so this is essentially what we're looking at here. Not bad. I'm kind of eager to get into it. Because I'm doing a review, I'm going to be extra careful with panning because I don't want to miss anything. I'd like to record exactly how much gold is in there. So I am going to literally baby this with a few teaspoons at a time. I probably won't show a whole lot of that because my panning skills are just slow and boring. And like I said, I'm also going to be tedious as it is. So I'll show a little as I can, and if I find anything cool along the way, I'll be sure to get it on camera. Okay, one thing that I almost completely forgot is this is supposed to be 1 pound of pay dirt. I'm sure it's going to be a little more or a little less. Not really a big deal. I just thought I'd add this in there. We'll see. My scale could completely suck compared to Justin's. Especially being a kitchen scale. Yeah, look at that. That's pretty darn close. Okay, hopefully this wind isn't a problem. First thing I'm doing here is I'm trying to get this down a little bit smaller. Get some of the bigger stuff out. It'd be a little bit easier to pan that way. And I don't have any small classifiers, don't generally tend to need them, so this seems to be working pretty good. And then obviously I'll pan out the bigger stuff, just to make sure there's nothing chunky in there. I'm putting it in here. Alright, so that's about it as far as that goes. I don't think I have anything smaller than this, but I'm going to go take a look. If I can find something smaller, I'll do 3 different sizes. Okay, so I just happen to have something a little bit smaller. It's more or less the same thing, but it's got a little bit finer screen on it. So I'll go ahead and put it through here too. I really need to invest in some sieves. Would be a wise choice at some point. But let's see how this goes. If it makes much of a difference at all. This one's a little bit bigger, so I can just dump it all in at once. This will make the panning process quite a bit easier, especially since there's a lot of heavies in here already. It's pretty broken down. I always hate panning out a full pan of black sand. Pain in the butt. Alright, so I got that, and I got that. We'll see how it goes when we get down here. First thing I'm going to do is pan out these guys because they're already here. Then I'll do the big guys and start working on this. Alright, hopefully this wind isn't a problem. There's not much I can do about it, but it's really hard to beat sunlight in these situations. So I got a little bit of water in here, and I'm just going to kind of pick through it a little bit and see what it looks like before I actually pan it out. But I'll get the results as soon as I get done here. Okay, I've switched over to a larger pan here. Cannot for the life of me find my super sleuth, so I'm just going to have to use this generic guy for now. Like I said earlier, I'm going to go really carefully and slow with this stuff, so rather than doing the traditional panning technique here, I'm going to go with the whole wave thing, where I just tilt it back like this, keep a real close eye for gold. If I find any, I'll pull it out. It's pretty effective when you're trying to be careful. And you can take it and you can dump all this out. I'm keeping everything because I'm going to go through it a second time, so I'm not dumping it in the tub. So these are the middle-sized pieces here, as you can see. I'm not seeing anything stand out, but I'm going to go ahead and go through it anyways. Alright, so the medium stuff, I got nothing. I did see a couple of pretty little garnets in there, which I'll probably go through again later and pick out. I'm going to go ahead and sift through this stuff here, the larger stuff. I don't really plan on finding any pickers in here. Oh, look at that. Stand corrected. Did I get it? I saw a little picker in here. It went straight to the bottom. Ah. Well, I'll find it in a minute. But yeah, I saw a nice little piece in there. So maybe it'll show up on camera right now. We'll find out. Hey, nothing wrong with being wrong. Sometimes that's a good thing. Let's see if I can just shift it around and get it to pop out. It's hiding pretty good. Alright, I'm going to have to do it the old-fashioned way. Ah, there it is. Right there. I don't know if you can see that or not. See if I can get the sun to hit it. There we go, right there. Not quite a picker, but pretty close. Maybe like, I don't know, 0.5, 0.7, something like that. And we'll set that one aside. Maybe there's a few more in here. Can only hope, right? Let's see. There you go. It's pretty chunky. Try to give you a little bit better view here. There you go. Kind of hard to see. I know. Camera doesn't want to focus. Anyway, like I said, I'm going to be very thorough here. So if there's even a tiny little speck in there, I'm going to find it. Alright, I know the lighting's kind of bad when I tilt this way, which is why, or part of the reason why I'm not filming my panning is because I'm having to actually step around this way. And it's just hard to get the camera angle down, and this wind is not cooperating whatsoever. So, just to give you an idea, these guys are so big, I'm actually having to sift through like this to make sure I don't lose anything. Yeah, it's going to take a few minutes. As you can see every little piece as this comes down from the top. Said I apologize for the wind. Hopefully this isn't too much of a pain in the butt on the camera. Normally I'd be a little bit smoother at this, but I'm outreached with my arms about as far as I can here. Alright, so that was the only piece in there. Okay, I just got way too frustrated with that wind and decided to move to the garage, so we'll see how the lighting is. There really is no better lighting than natural sunlight for this stuff, but we're gonna give it a shot. Like I said, I'm gonna do a little at a time, a very little at a time, because I want to be very thorough here. So I'm just gonna use 2 pans, see how that works. If it doesn't work, we'll give this a shot on another day when it's not windy outside. So once again, I'm going to go with the very slow and tedious technique here. Now, you probably can't see on the camera too well, but I can see every tiny little piece that comes down. And if it has a little glitter in it, I'm going to see it. The one thing I do like about this, if you're in a hurry, you can obviously do this much faster, but one thing I do like about this is when you get a certain percentage done, you can just take it and wash it out into your pan, and then keep going. You know, stratify again, keep going. I'm not sure I'm ready for that just yet. I need to go get another container. I'm hoping this angle looks good on the camera here. Man, there's a little piece in there on the first scoop. Looky there. Oop. Right there. Just a little bitty guy. Okay, I already went through this. I know there's not any more gold in here, but I just wanted to show you what I was talking about earlier. If you're not familiar with this technique, essentially you would stratify like normal. Get some of the light stuff out of the way. And then at whatever point, you can just get rid of that light stuff, whether you're in the stream or, you know, using a tub. And you can just stratify again, keep going. I tend to prefer this for low light situations where you can't see too well. It gives you the ability to be much more careful. I mean, there's probably people that are so good at panning. This is not even a thought in their mind, but this works good for me. You can probably see all that I'm left with is like really fine black sand, very heavy. I don't know if you can see it too well on the camera or not, but then you can do whatever technique works best for you for very, very slowly. Trying to see if there's any little guys in there. And there you go. Okay, so this is tablespoon number 2, and I just wanted to show you. I don't know how visible it's going to be. It's going to be really hard to look at the camera and the pan at the same time. Let's see if I can get it down a little bit finer. I don't know if you can see the gold there. So that's number 2, and I have quite a ways to go. All right, I'll keep you updated. All right, well, this is scoop number 3. I don't know how visible that's going to be on the camera, but you get these nice little pieces here. There you go. Number 3. Alright, this is number 4. I don't know if you can see it. Let me put some water in there. A couple little pieces right there. I'm not going to show all of them. I was thinking about it, but it would just be tedious. Nobody wants to watch just a bunch of pictures of every scoop. So I'm going to do a few more and then come back and see what it looks like. Now, I know I said I wasn't going to show every scoop, but this was number 5. I just wanted to share that. That's pretty good. I'm pretty happy with this so far. We'll see how it pans out, pun intended. Okay, so I've done, I don't know, 8 or 9, one of the two, scoops so far, and that's the take. Now, I know a lot of people, I mean, I've read a lot of reviews, a lot of people say, oh, I found gold in every scoop. Well, so far I have, actually. I got one scoop that had one little piece in it, but for the most part, it's been 2, 3, maybe 4 in each scoop. I might be halfway through, I think, somewhere in that ballpark. So I'm going to keep going. I think I'm going to get some fresh water. This water's starting to look a little dirty. Like I said, I'm not throwing any of this out. I'm going through it a second time. Alright, now one thing that I've noticed is that all of the gold that I have found has been pretty chunky. I haven't found any flour gold in here at all. And I'm usually pretty good about getting the flour gold out because that's pretty much what I find up here locally. Most people would say, hey, that's fantastic. You know, everybody wants the chunky gold, but if you're using this as a learning technique, you know, to get better at panning, a little bit of that flour gold would do you well. if you can pan out a bunch of flour gold, you're doing a pretty good job. Just my 2 cents. It would probably be smart if I actually poured this water into the pan underneath me instead of on the table. So I got, oops, I lost it. So I got 2 little pieces out of that scoop. No flour whatsoever though. Okay, I just finished my last scoop, and I know I said earlier that I was getting a bit of gold in each scoop, and I was for the most part, maybe with the exception of 2-3 scoops, which is a really good average if you think about it. Stuff was mixed up pretty good. So this is the take. And I'm going to go ahead and pan out everything one more time, see if I missed anything, and dry this out, try to get a weight on it, and obviously a better picture, because this is not the best picture. Let's see. Yeah, these fluorescent lights just aren't working out too well. They're definitely messing with my head. Alright, let's see how it goes. Okay, let's see if we can get a weight here. Oops. I got too much stuff going on. Alright, I have dried this. It is very clean. So let's see what it weighs. We're looking at 0.19. Now, I'll let you guys do the math on that, but this was a 1 pound bag, $17 after shipping. Today wasn't a good example because I was trying to fly through it really quickly, but if you were just doing this for fun, recreation, or for learning, and you got almost 0.2, I'd say you're doing pretty good. I'm happy with it. The only gripe I said was there's no flour in there, and maybe that's something Justin might want to look into. But if you're not classifying it like I did, and you're trying to learn how to pan, you're probably gonna have a good time with this stuff. The gold's pretty easy to find. It's chunky, you know. It's a really good pay dirt for beginners, I would say. If you're looking for something a little more intermediate, I don't know. You might still have fun with this stuff. Anyway, my 2 cents. Oh, by the way, I did pan out everything again. Didn't find anything. I didn't expect to. I was pretty thorough the first time. So, hey, thanks for watching.